We're here at Swenson Park, Maspero Field at Bridgewater State University. It's Saturday, June 15th, 2024, and this is the newest change down here. We have a covering over the entire parking lot just constructed this week here at Swenson Field. This is another view of it. And this is historic Swenson Park and Maspero Field. Can you tell a little bit more about this area with the video we shot a number of years ago right down here.
We're now down at the Alumni Park, the athletic fields. And David, tell me, if you would, how this all came about.
Well, I can remember one thing. As a boy, there was a picture of this land with cows grazing, and the house that owned it, the farm, is still up here in the left-hand corner. You can't see from here.
Yeah.
But jumping ahead, when Lee Harrington was here at the college,
yeah.
I forget the title then, whether it was dean or student,
yeah, he was dead,
whatever it was, and I was elected state rep. And I'm not sure it was the year, it wasn't 64, 60, it might be 68 to 69.
Yeah.
They were auctioning this piece of land off. And
the people who own the property.
Yeah.
This whole piece of land.
The whole piece, all of it. I forget how many acres, 100 and something, whatever it was, large. And they had the flags up, and they had the auctioneer here. About 10 a.m. in the morning was scheduled, and Lee Harrington had gotten a hold of me the day before to meet me at Boyden Hall to drive down with him to stop it. And I said, well, how am I supposed to stop the auction? He said, well, you know, my first cousin is president of the Senate. If you can stop it, we'll think of something. Just tell him you're going to buy it, and you have the votes and the commitment from the state. So I didn't go as far as to say I had the commitment with the state, but I spoke with a great deal of confidence to the three auctioneer people in the firm that was here, and said I could give them my own personal word that this would take place, and it might take place in a few months, but the state would purchase this parcel. And they did stop it that day. And I remember who I went to in the House side, but the only commitment I got is, look, it's not going to happen, but we'll get it over to the Senate for you. And then, of course, Lee Harrington's cousin did come through. And once it passed both branches, we did get it funded. We had one branch not agree with the other when the budget was signed, so that it could go to a conference committee made up of 3 members of the House, 3 of the Senate, 2 Republicans, and the others would be Democrats. And we all agreed then that they would be put that back to the full membership, because you could only vote yes and now or no. And we made it part of the budget, so it prevailed. And that's how it happened.
And that's how it happened.
So sorry.
And that, if you had had a flat tire on the way to that auction that morning, it could have been gone.
I tried. I learned acting. I had to act with confidence because Lee was propping me up. So more credit should be given to Lee than me, but we did get the job done.
Amazing. And as a result, we have East Campus.
That's right.
Wow. I mean, that is an incredible piece of... That's half the campus today.
It is. Good half, too.
Yeah, good half, exactly. Wow. What are your memories of Lee Harrington?
Well, I got along with him. He was a great, great personal friend of mine. I would eat once in a while with he and his wife, visit Madge down on Summer Street. As you know, he was one of the most high-strung people I ever met. He knew the school. He loved it. His only other true love besides this campus and his wife was Mass Maritime. He spoke so rapidly sometimes I had trouble keeping up with him. But he knew his stuff.
Yeah.
And to me, he was a great person that should always be remembered and honored.
You worked with every president from Adrian. Well, actually, when you went to Bridgewater, it was Clement Maxwell.
Clement Maxwell, yes. And I remember John Kelly.
You remember John Kelly, too?
My grandfather was a substitute night watchman here, and where the quadrangulars coming out of Boyden.
Yeah.
In the 70s, he fell in those steps. Didn't break anything, but he was off his feet for about a month. And John Kelly, once a week, religiously, would walk from his home, wherever it was in Bridgewater, or walk from the college down to 326 Main Street to greet my grandfather.
Isn't that
Spend
wonderful?
a couple hours with my grandfather.
Oh, my God, that was John Kelly.
Yep.
And he was president until 1951, and then Clement took over in 52.
That's when I was.
And you were a student, and then you obviously worked very closely with Adrian Rondelau, and then with Gerard Delicato.
Yes, I did.
And then back again
Jerry
with
did his share too. Beautification for the campus.
Yeah.
They all did something good for us.
Yeah. And then Adrian again, and then Adrian Tinsley for 13 years. And now with Dana Molifaria.
That's right.
And I just remember so well when in September of 2010, when we achieved university status, he gave you a great deal of credit for that. Tell me about your role in the college getting.
Well, all I did was my part. I remember I was in a very good position being chairman of long-term debt capital expenditures and all capital assets. I mean, I had about $23 billion under my direct jurisdiction. So Deval Patrick, I spent a couple of hours with him at least once a week to go over everything. And we had a very good rapport. So, of course, having Peter Katoujian up there as the chairman, me as the chairman, we were able to help all the colleges get that done. And I'm pleased about that. I still got the pen the governor signed and handed me that day. And he said some nice words about me that day. Not deserved, but I accept them. And it was just a wonderful day for all of us.
Well, I remember so well at the September 2010 ceremony in front of Boyden Hall, attended by several thousand people. Dana Molifaria told a story of how you intervened at his request and saved the science building because, I'm quoting him, he said that they were $10 million short of what they needed to do to finish that building. And he called you and he said, I got this problem. I got to raise $10 million in a real hurry. And as I recall, he said, you in response said to him, give me an hour. And
I remember that. Well, I actually remember I was chairman of that committee. I already had the commitment of all the colleges or universities that we would be the first one to start spending the money that was allocated under the bond that I introduced. And I knew to get $10 million more, I'm the one that had to make the recommendations to the speaker if we could afford it, and we could. I remember going to Sal DeMacy around noontime at 12:30, best of my recollection. And I said, I've got to have $10 million more. It stops the whole project. He said, well, can we swing it? I said, of course we can. I wouldn't be in here to tell you if we couldn't.
Yeah.
And he said, well, then that's it. You got my approval. So I picked up the phone between 1 and 1:30 and simply said to the President, Dana Molifaria, we're all set to go. And I know that he was thrilled by it.
Yeah, and we got that $110 million bill.
Yeah, in fact, we just went by it to spend the last part to build the new, what do you call the
the Welcome Center for the Admissions of Financial Aid Officers.
Center, yeah. Which pleases me. I grinned when I came by with you in the car just now thinking about that conversation.
Yeah, leading and major part of.
I am fortunate I have enough shovels from this institution to have a big garden, and I'm proud of I'm fortunate I was in the position to have the opportunity to do something for the school that I love.
Yeah.